What's going on, guys? Brother Russia here, back with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And today we are finally taking on the GOTENKS EZA event. Now that World Tournament is finally over, I can actually focus on getting this EZA done. So this GOTENKS EZA, he is weak to heavenly events. And obviously you want to bring like physical heavenly events units. So what I'm going with is I'm actually bringing the LR Super Boo. I'm bringing him as the leader because he is a heavenly events leader, but he's only at 150%. So it's not terrible. I mean, especially for this, it's still super easy. Other than that, I'm just loading up with a bunch of physical type units. As you can see, it was like Piccolo, Super Trunks, Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS, Transforming Vegeta, and then I'm also bringing the STR Super Vegeta. Mainly because he just hits so hard. And just the fact that he hits hard is the reason why I actually am bringing him. But yeah, the fact that we are getting this EZA this early is still a little confusing to us, because they did, like, JP just had this about a week ago and Global just got it like a week later. But they dropped it at the most inconvenient time, because they literally dropped this EZA and the Super Saiyan 3 Tech LR Goku's EZA right at the start of World Tournament. So they had a really weird schedule. I mean, we had Chain Battle that's been going on all week. We had a server maintenance that ended 15 minutes before World Tournament started. Then World Tournament starts, and then we have all of these EZAs that also followed suit. So it was just such weird timing, because we had Chain Battle going on, we had World Tournament going on, and then we had these EZAs that just also dropped. So it was like we didn't even get time to really enjoy any of the other game modes, because most people that played World Tournament were stuck grinding World Tournament for the entire weekend. So I don't know. I mean, I know that we're getting closer and closer to the sync, but I think this was the best way to put it. It was very not thought out. Like their plan for this was not very well. I don't know who decided to drop it the way it did, but hey, you know, whatever's going to help us get to the sync faster, I guess, is going to be better. So next is the one thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the GOTENKS and his EZA. So after his EZA, he's a special pose category key 4 170%, or a youth category key 3 170%. Okay, so that was very weird. But the only thing that they had changed was the fact that he went from a 170% HP and attack for youth and defense 130 to a full 170. So that's pretty much the only change that they did for the leader skill. For his super attack, so in base form, he raises the attack for 1 turn, greatly raises defense for 3 turns, and causes immense damage to the enemy. His passive is Ki +2, attack and defense 200%. Gets an additional attack +50% when performing a super. He gets a high chance of launching an additional super attack. Then he gets a high chance of dodging, plus an additional chance of dodge, plus 10% within the same turn after dodging an attack. And then he gets an additional defense +50% when performing a super attack for 1 turn from the character's entry turn. So that's actually very good for like a base form. So then he transforms starting from the 3rd turn from the start of battle. So when he transforms, he goes into Super Saiyan GOTENKS. And when he's in his Super Saiyan GOTENKS form, he gets Ki +2, attack and defense 250%, gets an additional attack +50%, an additional high chance of attack +50%, and a medium chance of performing a crit when performing a super. He gets a great chance of launching an additional super, has a high chance of dodging, plus an additional chance of dodging plus 20% within the same turn after dodging an attack. And then he gets a high chance of recovering 30% HP at the start of turn, starting from the 4th turn from the character's entry turn. And then he can transform into Super Saiyan 3 when HP is 70% or more, starting from the 4th turn from transformation. So the one thing that you can do with this Gotenks actually is you can put him in slot 3 when he transforms, and then when he comes back around, you'll be able to transform then as long as your HP is 70% or more. Now, when he goes into Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, that's when he becomes a massive damage dealer. Because he gets Ki plus 3, attack and defense plus 300%. He gets an additional attack plus 100% and a high chance of performing a crit when performing a super. He launches an additional super attack. He gets a great chance of dodging. And then he gets an additional chance of dodging plus 20% within the same turn after dodging an attack. And then he performs a crit for 1 turn from the character's entry turn. And then on his super attack effect, he greatly raises attack and defense for 4 turns, causes immense damage to the enemy, and has a great chance to stun. Now, the nice thing about this Gotenks is the way that I guess you could really build him is just going full additional and dodge on him, because he's got a lot of crit built into his passive now. I mean, he's got a lot of dodge as well, and he does get a guaranteed additional, but you can always add more additional on him and dodge. So I think that's probably how I'm going to end up building my Gotenks, is I'm going to kind of split the dodge and split the additionals on him, and take the crits off, because realistically he doesn't really need it because of how much crit that he's got in his actual passive now. So there we go. That's kind of like what Gotenks does post EZA. Let me know down in the comments below what your guys' thoughts are on this Gotenks. Like, do you guys like him? Have you got a chance to use him yet? Obviously with World Tournament just ending, I know a lot of people are just now starting the grind for these EZAs, since obviously, you know, Global decided to drop everything at the exact same time. But yeah, if you had a chance to use them, you know, do you guys like this Gotenks? Do you wish they could have done something a little different for him? Let me know down in the comments below. And there we go. That will complete that. That is all the missions completed. EZA, super easy to do. I don't think you guys will have any kind of issues with it. And then also there are 3 missions that are associated with this, so you can get an extra 4 stones from that. So there you guys go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, consider hitting that like button. And if you guys are new here, consider subscribing as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.